Hey everyone! Today we are back with another video in the Neo 3 ecosystem. We're going to be doing an overview of an application called Neo Soccer. What is Neo Soccer, you might ask? Well, to be honest, I had to reshoot this whole intro about a week after I started using this app because my perspective on it changed a lot. I learned a lot more about it, and this game is awesome. So basically, if you've ever played or seen Football Manager, or in general done any fantasy sports pools, so for me, I do hockey, lots of people like to do football, baseball, there's lots of fantasy sports you can do. If you've done that and you like doing that, you're gonna love Neo Soccer, trust me. I'm one of those. I do fantasy hockey all the time, and I've absolutely loved Neo Soccer since I've gotten the chance to play it here. So one thing to note is while Neo Soccer isn't technically built on the blockchain, it is a centralized application, but the main currency of use is bNeo. So bNeo, in case you don't know, is just, it's called Neo Burger. It's basically just a divisible portion of Neo. So Neo by itself, you can't really devise it, but bNeo, you can devise it as many times as you need. So that's why it's very useful as a currency. So that's the main thing that runs the game. It's the currency for when you sign players, mint players, stadiums, managers, win prizes, enter tournaments. There's lots you can do with bNeo. It's basically the currency that runs the system. So yeah, really all you need to get started is some bNeo or just regular Neo. If you don't have bNeo, you can just go to your favorite exchange like Binance or Nash and just go buy some Neo, send it to the app, and then you're good to go. So yeah, the main premise, you have the ability to either mint a new player, manager, or stadium, or you can rent or buy from another player, a player or a manager or a stadium. And your goal? Pretty simple. Build the best team you can. They all have certain ratings and how good they can be, and out of 4 stars, how good they are. You're trying to build the best team, and then each week, your team faces off against another team, and you try to win. If you win, you get a prize. If you're a home team, you get sales from tickets, and this is like real money. It's not just like fake money. You're using bNeo. So we'll get into that later in the video, but it is real stakes here. You're playing with Neo. The prizes are in Neo. The currency is in Neo. Everyone is based off of Neo. So without further ado, let's get into the app. We're gonna learn how to sign up, how to create our team, how to make our team, get our first players, stadiums, and managers, and then we're gonna enter some tournaments and seasons. Let's go. So here we are on the Neo Soccer homepage. If you wanna take a look at this homepage, you just gotta head to neo.soccer. I will also leave the link in the description for that. But as you can see here, these are all the steps into creating your club and starting to earn and compete in matches. So we're gonna go ahead and press play now. And of course, we're gonna join soccer today. We have to register. I have not created an account yet, so we are gonna go ahead and register a new account. So of course, you gotta come up with a username here. So I have gone ahead and entered Unlocking the Chain, my channel name, as the account here. And then you're just gonna go ahead and enter your username and a password to register your account. So we are gonna go ahead and click Register Account. And there you go. We just have to go ahead and verify our email and we'll be able to create our account. Okay, I have successfully activated my email here. So we are gonna go ahead and log into my account. So one thing to note is currently to play Neo Soccer, you do need an invite code. So you have to go grab an invite code. You can probably get them from someone in the community. So if you head to the Discord, I'll leave a link to the Neo Soccer Discord in the description below. You can head over to the Discord and there'll be plenty of people there to help you, and you can figure out how to get an invite code there. But for this video, I have been given an invite code, which I will go ahead and enter now. So there you go, it says my code is valid, and I will enter my team name. So I'm just gonna go with channel name, Unlocking the Chain. That's my team name, that's my club name I'm gonna go with, and enter my invite code, and we are going to go ahead and hit continue. It is max 14 characters, I didn't count. But first of all, there's a maximum 14 characters that you can have as your team name, so we're gonna go with Unlock the Chain here. That's as close to my full channel name as I can get. So that is gonna be my team name, and of course I've entered my invite code, so we should go ahead and hit continue here. So here you go, it says become a champion. In Neo Soccer, you can climb to the top with your football club and become the world's new champion. But becoming a champion is never easy, so let us show you how to play the game so you can start your journey. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to discover how to play the game. So I've kind of gone over some of these concepts here earlier in the video, but let's go into details exactly what needs to be done here. And this is obviously a good explanation on what you need to do. It says here in the buy the team section, the first thing you got to do is to have a team. So we have a team name, we have an account, we don't have a team. Nobody plays for us currently, right? So we are able to get players, managers, and stadiums, as I mentioned earlier. So to do this, you can have, they're basically, it's not quite NFTs because they're off-chain, but they're basically items. These items represent a player. So I can have an item that's a player, I can have an item that's a stadium, and I can have an item that's a manager. So you can of course buy an item, which really also means minting an item. And when you mint an item, such as a player, it will give you a random set of stats that determines how good this player is that you're actually about to get. They have a wide range of stats that can happen. Now, if you mint someone and you're like, this guy's a dud, he's not gonna play well, he's probably gonna score a few own goals on himself, you can actually terminate a player or manager or whatever as soon as you mint it and get some of your bNeo back that it costed to mint that player. Just a heads up on that. Whoop, sorry, I hit my mic. So your club can consist of 11 players, 1 manager, and 1 stadium. That's your starting lineup. That's what you have. You can have more than these during a season at once, but you have to have at least that to have a starting lineup in a team. So, as I mentioned, you need 11 players to field the team. 3 of those have to be attackers, 3 have to be midfielders, 4 have to be defenders, and of course, 1 has to be goalkeeping. Arguably one of the most important positions. And of course, each player is going to have some parameters like rank, age, skill, luck, aggression, and a multiplier attached to it. So every player is going to be unique in their skill level and how good they can be or how bad they can be. And just like players, you have managers who have like the same stats, except the beauty thing about a manager and what makes them so vital is they have a multiplier that affects the entire team. So the manager's multiplier will actually help your entire team be better. And lastly, of course, we have a stadium. A stadium is useful for when you play home games. Doesn't affect it when you're away, but when you're home, it helps you get match income. So get some of your bNeo back that you spent on your players, as well as you have a capacity. So how many people you can actually fit in there. And stadiums can also have multipliers. So of course, once you have your full team of 11 players, your manager and your stadium, then you can start to set your lineup and get ready for your first match on your first day. Everyone loves opening night, right? And you can do that in the lineup tab, which we will get into, and you can select your starting lineup from all the players you have. Of course, the most important part is once your whole team is ready is to join a season. So seasons happen over a period of time, and you want to make sure once your team is ready that you're able to join a season, because that's where you can compete against other people's teams, other people who have created teams, minted players, yada, yada, yada. You can compete against them in a season, in a league, for bNeo prizes, as well as ticketing income. Now, just a note, if you're a new player, like I am, sadly, you're going to be in the lowest league. So there's different levels of league in the pyramid scheme. Now, not like BitConnect pyramid scheme, but like you have the top league at the top, and below that, there's 2 more leagues. Below that, there's 4 leagues. You get it. The pyramid leagues go down. You get promoted and demoted based on how well your team does. If you've played or watched real soccer, I don't know how many people played professional, top tier soccer. If you have, that's cool. But if you watch soccer, you know how teams can get promoted and demoted to different leagues, different levels of leagues based on how well they played. It's the same thing here. But of course, with a new team, you start at the bottom. And of course, the higher your league, the bigger the prizes. Makes sense. So when it gets to a match, how do you actually win a match? Well, first off, it comes down to here, matches performance. So let's look over how a match performance is going to work. Players and managers of each team will have a match performance. For example, if an attacker has 15 skill and 25 luck, and a multiplier of 30, the attacker might get this set of match results. Sorry, I just realized I had my dark mode toggled on the bright mode because some of these were hard to read, but you should be able to read it now. That's my bad. So yeah, you have a percentage of luck, skill, multiplier, and a result. Feel free to pause the video at this point if you want to read through this. I'm kind of just blasting through it because I don't want this to be an hour-long video. So feel free to pause and read this if you want to understand the match scoring. And then your team gets a score at the end. If you're a home team, it's also you get to have a bit of your stadium multiplier and your stadium luck. And of course, your manager multiplier comes into effect here as well. That's why it's important to have a good manager, and you get a final team score. And the match result comes here, the home and away. So once you have these, it's the difference between the home and away team scores that decides the winner, or if there's a draw, if the difference is too small. In this case, the difference is too small. The numbers are very close. So this match actually resulted in a draw. So it says a little disclaimer at the bottom here. The algorithm decides the number of goals to have fun and realistic goal counts, but it does not actually affect the result. So like here it says 2-2 because it was a draw. That's not like the real score. It's just to like, simulate a real soccer game. It ended in a draw, but in this case, the actual result was 3,200 to 3,115, and it decided that number was too close. So it ended in a draw. It would probably have to be like a bigger margin to be an actual win for one of the teams. We've talked about how to play and what to do, but how do you actually get started? Well, you actually need to add funds to your wallet on your account here. So the number one currently used currency in Neo Soccer is bNeo. As I explained, basically just wrapped Neo. So the cool thing about this is it all happens off-chain, so you don't have to worry about fees once you get funds on here. And even better than that, you can deposit funds from anywhere you want. If you have a personal wallet, feel free to deposit bNeo from there. If you have a wallet from an exchange like Binance or Nash, then you can feel free to deposit from your wallet or exchange wallet there into Neo Soccer. I'll be able to demonstrate both depositing from an exchange and from my personal wallet so everyone can witness what it is like to deposit crypto onto here so you can build your team. So, according to Neo Soccer, we're ready. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. We're going to go ahead and start to build our team. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm pretty much looking forward to this a lot. Of course, if you want to go into more details about everything, this is such a high-level overview. So if you want to get down to the nitty-gritty mathematical blah, 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 read the docs. I'll leave some links to the docs in the description. Feel free to take a look at those. As you can see here, lots and lots of documents where you can read if you want to get more details. This video is just sticking to high level though. And of course, make sure if you are here in Neo Soccer, do join the Discord server so you can banter and make fun of the teams you beat during the season, because that's obviously most important, is the trash talking, right? But any important information will be through the Discord, so make sure to join that up if you're joining Neo Soccer seasons. Of course, I'm joining this season, so you'll be able to see me there too. So we'll go ahead and complete the intro. So here we are. We are now in the official Neo Soccer app. You can see your lineup, tournaments, which we haven't really gotten into, might talk about a little bit later. The market, this is where you can buy and sell players. And then the recruit tab here is where you can actually create and mint your own players. If you go to the overview page, it just shows some game info, your club name, and your results, such as your matches, your players, your managers, your total revenue, and how much you've actually spent so far. Season ranking, of course, there is no season yet, and recent matches, haven't played any yet, so it won't show yet. And as you can see, it says I am not signed up for season 2, so there's already been one season. This is the second iteration of Neo Soccer. I'm gonna go ahead and sign up here, and as you can see, the sign up cost is 5 bNeo. So right now, this is my account in the top left. I don't have any. I have 0. I haven't funded my account yet, so we are going to go ahead and fund it. Of course, here's another place you can look at the documentation. If you're a documentation nerd, and I know you're out there and it's cool, I respect it. So we're going to go ahead and deposit. Of course, you can also withdraw here if you have some bNeo, such as like some winnings from previous seasons. You can take them out, cash them out, buy a beer, whatever you want to do with it. I don't judge. Right now, you can deposit either Neo or bNeo. So for this particular case, I'm just going to be depositing Neo because I'm just going to be sending in whole amounts. I'm going to go ahead and select Neo and hit next step. So as you can see here, you have your personal Neo wallet. This is where you're going to want to send funds to. We have to deposit, as you can see, a minimum of 10 Neo here. And also this is the wallet where you're going to send your funds to. Just like sending your funds to an exchange or something like that, you just got to send funds to this wallet over here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this one. So here I have gone into my personal Neon wallet. I am going to enter the amount of 10 Neo, and I am going to enter that address that we have seen on this screen right here. Select my gas fee, go ahead and click send. Review that we've entered the right information, which I have. I'm going to confirm and send. So now that I have sent the Neo to this address, I'm going to go ahead and click validate deposit. And as you see, it is currently validating my deposit and it is successful. I'll hit continue and you can see that yes, in fact, we now have 10 Neo in the top right here. So while I won't actually be withdrawing anything from an exchange, or in this case from Binance here, I just wanted to show you that you can in fact withdraw, if not from your personal wallet, you can withdraw right from an exchange. So here in Binance, I would select Neo. I have my Neo Soccer address right here whitelisted, and I've selected the network of Neo 3, and here I would enter 10 or however many Neo that you want to send to your Neo Soccer account, and then you would go ahead and click withdraw. So of course I don't have any Neo right now in my Binance, but here you would be able to withdraw it and then do the same steps as you did, or as I did previously for the personal wallet, and then you'll be good to go and your account will be funded. We are gonna go ahead and sign up for the season. So the sign up cost is 5, we have 10, so we have more than enough to sign up. We're gonna go ahead and click confirm. And there you go, Unlock the Chain has now officially joined season 2 as the newest and brightest future Neo Soccer Club. So here you can go ahead and upload your own personal photo, and that can be used as your club badge, so you can customize it to your heart's desire. And now of course you can see the current season is 2. That'll change depending on when you're going in and when you're not. Is the club signed up? Of course, we just signed up. Has the season started? No, the season has not started yet, but for me it will be starting soon. Depending on when you're watching this video, a season may be currently ongoing or about to start soon. So you can check the Neo Soccer Discord and then you'll be able to see when the season starts or when the next one is coming. Hey, just me cutting in, reminding you to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Hit that bell notification so you never miss a new one. New videos always coming. And also, if you got nothing else to do, just tap that like button below. Helps me out a lot. So now that we have created our team and we've joined the season, let's go ahead and actually make the team. And by that, I mean get some players, get a manager, and get a stadium. Let's get into that. So to do that, we have a few options. You can, of course, just go to the market. And here in the market, you can see there are players in the top left, managers in the middle, and stadiums in the top right. So, of course, you can go ahead and come here and buy a player. So like we can look Roy, you know, pretty good rank. He's got 2.5 stars. He would cost you 15 bNeo in this case. So you can go in here. Here you can see their stats, any matches he has played, career statistics for this guy, and so on. So all you would have to do is click buy here and that player would now be yours. One other option while still in the marketplace is you can actually loan a player. So instead of buying a player and owning him until he retires, you can loan a player for a season. So I can come in here to Sullivan and I can go ahead and click loan, and that would loan the player for the rest of the season. So you don't have to own a player, but you can take a loan on a player and have them for the rest of the season at a cost, of course. So that cost will go to the person or the team that is loaning you the player, and you get to use them for the season. But of course today, what we are actually going to do is we're going to go to the recruit tab. This is where we get brand new players. Nobody's ever seen them before. Maybe we'll get Lionel Messi. I mean, you can't get real players, but you know, that level of quality. There's different ranks, right? I want to get a good player. That's the luck of the draw. We don't know what's going to happen here. Or you might get a total dud that can barely even kick a soccer ball. We'll see what happens here. So, you can buy a player, mint a player, buy a manager, or buy a stadium. Let's actually start off with stadium and manager, because a team needs one stadium and a team needs one manager. So we're just gonna go right into it, and we're gonna go ahead and buy a stadium and hope we get a good one. We are gonna go ahead and confirm that we wanna buy a stadium for 5.18 bNeo, and there you go. We got East Carrollside, pretty potato stadium, but you know, we need a house to play soccer in, so we got one. As you can see, the salary, this is how much it will cost to run the stadium. The capacity of the stadium is just under 5,000. The luck, this is what is attached to your stadium as a multiplier for when you play at home. There is also the stat of weather. On a game day, a stadium can have a weather rating between 1 and 100. 1 being cyclone, cats and dogs falling from the sky, world is ending, nobody's gonna come watch your football game, and 100 being bright day, everyone's out, people love the world and everything in it. So what this weather stat is on your stadium, it is the minimum number that your weather can be. So when the game starts, it's a random number, in my case, between 1 and 100. If weather here was 20, it'd be a random number between 20 and 100. So obviously this stadium's a bit of a potato, but we need a place to play. So I'm not gonna get rid of it. We need to keep this. And lastly, here we have the age of the stadium. So our stadium is starting at 29. And this stadium will basically go to dust at the age of 100. For managers, it's 65. For players, it's 35. But stadiums is 100. So once this age of the stadium hits 100, stadium is no more. So in my case here, that means my stadium will now last 71 seasons before it dusts. And here, of course, is the terminate button. This, you would get 2.14 bNeo back. So one thing to note on this, you can terminate your stadium or any player or manager at any point, any season. But the older your player, manager, or stadium gets, the less bNeo you get back for terminating it. Again, I need a place to play. So we're just gonna keep this potato stadium and we're gonna move on. Now we're gonna go ahead and mint a manager for 3.45 bNeo. Let's hope for some luck, guys. Let's hope we get one. All right, we got Kathy Barrett vomiting what looks to be the rainbow, like the Skittles rainbow, or maybe just paint. Who knows? But yes, this is our manager. A really cheap salary, but a really poor rank as well. So we're not getting anything lucky here. Their age is 46. Not ideal because they retire at 65. So we got a bit of an older manager. Here's their skill level, their luck, multiplier, and aggression. One thing to note about aggression, the higher that number is, the worse. So the higher an aggression number is, the more likely a player or a manager is to get a red card. You don't want red cards. Or yellow cards, or any cards. You don't want cards. So the higher the aggression number, the more likely it is for your person to get a penalty. So again, we're gonna keep this for now. I would only get about a third back from what I spent on Kathy Barrett. So we'll just go ahead and keep that one because we need one manager at least. So now we're gonna go ahead and mint 11 players. So let's go ahead and start with the first one here. So we're gonna go ahead and mint 11 players because we need 11 to start. Well, I guess it might be more than 11 because I need to at least have a goalkeeper and some midfielders and some attackers. You get what I mean. So this one is a midfielder here. Here's the salary. Again, pretty cheap salary. So this is what you have to pay this person per season. With the salary that cheap, there's no question you'll make those back in ticket sales. So not a big deal. Rank is 1 star. So at least they're on a half a star. We got, one step up. Skill level, luck, multiplier, aggression, low aggression, that part's nice. And their age even better. So they're very young, which is why if we actually terminate them, we get 1.29 back. And as you can see, it actually costed 1.73. So you don't actually lose that much to terminate that player because the younger the person is, the more you get back for terminating them. So we're gonna go ahead and do another one here. We got Philip. Philip's another midfielder, not so great rank. Pretty aggressive, okay age. How about player number 3? What do we got on player number 3? Aaron Jones. Nothing special, pretty average player, still half a star rank. I'm waiting for those beasts, but we've actually got 3 midfielders so far, so we don't really need any more midfielders. Here is Elizabeth Smith. We have a 1 star here, a bit of a higher salary and a defender, so that's good. We need some defenders, so we have improved our position here in a decent age, 22. I won't complain. Still younger than I am. How can I complain, really? Let's go for another. I've already lost count. I think this is number 5. Another half a rank, salary, slightly aggressive, and an okay age. But another midfielder. Don't know if I need more midfielders. If I get too many positions of the same one, I have an option of just loaning it out to another club or terminating it and trying again. Or just keeping them on the bench. You never know if you need somebody, right? Player number whatever. Jacqueline. Jacqueline with a beard. All right, Jacqueline. Your 5 o'clock shadow is not going to help us here, but you do have a young age and you're a defender. So I'll take it. Positionally, I'm not going to cry. Let's get another one here. What do we got? Boom! There we go. A 3-star rank player. A little on the old side. A little. They're 29. You know, I would have liked them to be like 12. I don't think that's possible, but 15. I think that's the minimum age, you know? But they're a 3-star. They got good skill, low aggression, good multiplier, and they're defender. I'm happy with that. Even if it's an old man, but look at that. Oh, looking stylish, my friend. How about this one? What luck do we got? We got Corey. Corey in the house. Meh. We don't have a goalkeeper yet. I'm kind of hoping we get a goalkeeper with all this. God, I feel like I'm playing like, you know, like FIFA. Pulling some FIFA packs. Oof. It's got the same vibes. But this is real. Like, this is real bNeo. So, like, every player costs 1.73 bNeo. So, that's one thing to note. Benjamin's another defender. We have, like, no forwards. We have, like, all defenders and all midfielders. Not ideal age. A little bit of a high age here for Mr. Ben. All right, what do we got here? There we go, George. George. I'm sorry, Greg. I read George, but finally we have an attacker. Oh, that took way too long. There's the salary and a 2.5 star. That's solid. I'm happy with that. Low aggression. Age is fine. 26, much better. That's not horrible. They're a good player. Oh, finally. Okay, we have a goalkeeper. That was important. We didn't even have a goalie at this point, so now we got a 1-star goalkeeper. Decent age, 22. I'm happy with that, and aggression's not too crazy. Our coach was like 50 aggression. That sounds like a bad idea. We're just gonna take a break from minting here just to take a peek at our lineup. So of course we got 1 goalkeeper. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders. We only need 4 defenders, so we already have more defenders than we need. So we'll probably go ahead and either sell, lend out, or terminate one of these. But probably same with midfielders. We only need 3 midfielders. We currently have 4. We do need 3 attackers. We currently only have 1, so we're going to need to get more attackers. Managers, we only have 1. Super aggressive, this man. So a little worried about that and our potato stadium. So we're going to go, I think we got, yeah, that's 11, it says right here, 11 players so far. So that's 1 goalkeeper, 5 defenders, 4 midfielders, 1 attacker. We're at 11, technically enough to host the lineup, but not enough because we need 2 more attackers. So I still have a good chunk of bNeo left, so let's go ahead and get, let's mint another. Maybe we'll have some luck. Can you guys bring me some luck this time? I need some luck for my team, please. Please, come on. No, Elizabeth, I don't need you. Okay, 16 though, that's good. They're young and they can terminate for a lot. That's really what matters there. All right, how about another? I need attackers. Defender. No, I said attackers, not defenders. All right, give me some attackers. I need some good attackers. What do we got? All right, we got another defender, but good young age and, you know, decent rank. So, you know, I'll take it. I won't complain. But I do need some attackers. Come on, anybody? Ooh, hello there. We have a really good goalkeeper. Michael Thomas, what is up? Looking fly, my man. Or, sorry, not to assume what your gender is. Anyways, we got 4.5 star. No, I can't count. 3.5 star. Very nice, very young age. 22 is, that's a keeper. Well, I mean, yes, it's literally a goalkeeper, but like, I'm gonna keep that keeper because that's good. That's real good. Let's do another mint here. Hopefully we can get another attacker. A midfielder, Amanda. You kind of potato. I'm sorry, Amanda. How about another? What do we got? Matthew, defender. Still not good. So, I have like way too many defenders here. Like way too many defenders. So I think I'm gonna look for the ones that are the youngest and terminate them just because I can get a lot of bNeo back. So I'm actually going to go ahead and terminate Kirk here. Where are there? There you go, Kirk. Don't need him. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Elizabeth Kirk. My bad. I'm going to go ahead and terminate because I get a good chunk of my bNeo back. Because they're young and they're fresh. I'm also going to do the same for Murray here. I'm going to go terminate Murray here and confirm. Because they're young and we're going to get a good chunk back. So, because we only need like 4 defenders and I got way too many here. I can lend some of these out, but I just want some quick refunds there. Same with midfield, way too many midfielders. Probably get rid of one of these. Let's get rid of Perez. It was nice knowing you, Perez, but your time has come. So goodbye to your bNeo. So now that I've terminated a few contracts, I actually have more enough to get some more players. So let's get a couple more players here. Come on, attackers. I need an attacker. Yes, an attacker. That's what I needed. Okay, so we got another attacker. A little bit of a high aggression, but really young age. Good skill, good luck, good multiplier. You know, I'll take that. I'm happy with that. A little bit of a cyborg too, kind of badass. All right, so the only thing missing on my team now is one attacker. So I'm gonna push my luck, see if I'm able to buy a player and get lucky and get an attacker. If I'm not, I'm gonna turn my eyes to the market and see if I can loan a player for this season, because I don't need to buy every player. They cost a lot. I might just go out and loan myself an attacker so I can field a full lineup. So maybe we get lucky here and we don't need to. Let's see what we get. What do we got? What do we get? Defender. Oh, you know what? I won't cry. Just kidding. I won't cry. While I have a million defenders, this is an upgrade over all the other defenders I have, so I'm going to take it. So I wasn't lucky enough to get the attacker I was hoping for, but let's actually go ahead into the market. This is going to be a good showcase. So I am looking for, yes, lowest price. We're going to filter to only attackers. That's all I care about right now. And let's find the cheapest attacker. Let's go ahead and get Romeo here. Romeo. No, not Romeo. We're going to go ahead and get Romero here. A little bit on the higher side of aggression, but we're going to go ahead and select Romero so that we can finish out our team. So, sure, you've heard of this man, Samyam Wave. We are going to go rent Yasmin Romero, who is 24 years old, and we're going to sign them for a loan for 0.2947 Neo. We are going, this player will be returned to the club when the season is completed. I am renting this player for the entirety of season 2. So that is going to cost me 0.29 Neo. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm this one. And it will be taken from my Neo Soccer wallet. And the player will be added to my roster. So I actually do have enough to roster a full lineup now. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and set our lineup. So we are going to add Thomas as our goalkeeper because, you know, what a beast this boy is. So we're gonna have him in the lineup. And we'll go ahead and set our defenders. I'm just gonna go ahead and take some of the best defenders that we got. So McCann here. Gonzalez is going into defense 2. Mendoza is going over here to defense 3. And then we'll pick one of these others for the final defense spot. Let me just look over the stats, make sure I'm picking a good person. Gonna go ahead and add Stokes to the 4th defender position. And now we got to do the same for midfielders. We need 3 midfielders, so I will take the best out of these 3. And there we go. All 3 midfielders have now been selected. And finally, we have to select, well, I guess not finally because I haven't done the manager of the stadium yet, but here we go. We got our 3 attackers. This one doesn't take much thought at all because, you know, I only have 3 attackers. But here we go into the lineup. We are gonna go select all the attackers. As you can see here, the one I rented or loaned is shown by this little yellow symbol here. So that means I have rented or loaned this player. So they're not mine to keep after the season is over. Manager, we're gonna go ahead and select our manager into our slot. And stadiums, we are gonna go select our stadium as well. So there you have it. We have a full lineup. Our team is ready to take on the world once the season starts. But there's also something in the tournament section. So, of course, in the league tab for the tournaments, this was last season where you can see the standings and how every team did and what happened. But the season is not currently on, there's also things called cups. So you can join cups. Cups can happen off season, they can happen during the season. They're basically little mini single elimination tournaments where you can sign up with your roster, they can play, and you try to win some points. So the entry cost for this preseason number 4 tournament, as you can see, there's quite a few tournaments. You can join as many as you want, but we're going to go ahead and go to this preseason 4 tournament, which is open. Got 3 hours till it starts. The entry cost is 0.2 bNeo, and it starts at 4 o'clock local time. Huh, that's kind of cool. And then it ends about 10 hours later. So prize pool, that's the total prize pool for this tournament. I don't know exactly how it's split up. But here you can see the total prize pool is 5 bNeo. So you can go ahead and click sign up. We will sign up for this. Our entry cost is 0.2. We're going to confirm. Manager currently signed the contract. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And we are now in the cup. So as you can see, it's now full because we were actually, oh, it's not even here anymore. Where is it? Active? Yeah, there it is. Okay. It's in the active tab. It's actually full. We have 32 clubs out of 32. Now that my team is joined, and there you go. You can also see ones that have already completed some more preseason tournaments and how they go. This is actually the biggest prize pool we've seen yet. Lastly, there's also friendlies. So basically the point to a friendlies, you can do, I believe, 2 friendlies a day. And the good thing about a friendly is it's a way for you to train your players. So if they play a friendly match, your players can actually gain on their stats where you saw skill, multiplier, blah, blah, blah. If you play some of your players, they can actually train and get better. So that's kind of the point of the friendly here. And of course, cup, single elimination tournament, kind of a high risk sort of situation where you're putting an entry cost in, slim chance, you go all the way and win it all, So that's good. And of course, league, this happens all year, or not all year. This happens all season. And you can track how your team does. So I'm actually gonna go ahead, and we actually, as you remember, we had a ton of defenders. More defenders than a person ever needs in their life. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and list these on the market. I'm gonna do one for sale and one for loan, just to showcase how this works. So let's go to one of my defenders. We are gonna go to Hughes here, and we are going to drop down here. We're gonna try to sell Hughes. So it costs about 1.74 to mint. Not a great player, so we're gonna go 1.47. That's how much bNeo it's gonna be listed for. Let's go ahead and click confirm. There you go, I have now listed it successfully. We can now go over to the market and take a peek. There's Mr. Hughes. We can see that is the one we sold or put on the market, and it's listed for 1.47 bNeo. So if somebody buys this player, we will get 1.47 Neo to our wallet. So let's actually go back to our lineup. Of course, we have more than one defender. We're gonna find another player. Let's go to Smith here. We're gonna try to lend out Mr. Smith, and we are gonna go 0.55 bNeo, which means if somebody wanted to loan Smith for 1 season, they will give us 0.55 Neo. We're gonna go ahead and hit confirm. And there you go, listed successfully. So now if we go to the market, we can find Smith. So one thing I actually didn't fully remember is that when I listed it for 0.55, it also actually includes the player's salary on top of the loan amount. So my listing actually of 0.55 came out to 0.7442, which is actually a lot higher than I wanted. So I forgot I actually have to go ahead and cancel this one. So we're gonna go ahead and click Smith, who is currently listed on the market for loan. We're gonna go to this drop down, and we are going to cancel the loan or edit the loan. So in this case, I'm probably just gonna edit the loan. It was way too high because I didn't account for the salary, so I would put it about 0.19 lower. So let's go 0.34. So now I'm gonna confirm 0.34 as the edited listing. Let's go back to market. And now we will see Smith is in a much more reasonable 0.53 for someone to rent. I was matching it between everyone else. So now that's a little showcase of if you list someone, you can cancel, change it, edit it, whatever. So it's up to your heart's content. So at this point, my team is ready. I'm ready to take on the world. I got a tournament cup coming up. The next thing that we're gonna see is the results of the cup. Maybe a friendly match, that could be fun. as well as we're going to get into the actual season. We'll see how a season goes, and I'll showcase you a few games into the season just so you can get a feel of what it's like. All right, everyone, so I'm filming this, the same time as the intro, but I'm filming this after the whole setup process that you just watched. I kind of wanted to give time to, first of all, let the second season start, as well as let a full tournament play out, so I can show you all what exactly the process is for managing these soccer teams here. So let's get into it. This is my club here, obviously. So right now we can see the current season is 2. We are on season 2. My club is signed up and the season has started. Also, the current round is 4. That means we're on there's games every day. So we're on day 4. We've played 3 games so far. We'll get into how those went for me. Were they good? Stay tuned to find out. Here is my club. This is where you can manage your club. You can upload your photo. I just uploaded my channel logo. And you can see the amount of matches you've played, your win-loss ratio, how many players you currently have under contract on your team, average age of your player. Remember, there are retirement ages for players. It's like 35, managers like 65, and I think stadiums 100, something like that. I think I'm right. So since you guys watched, I actually decided to mint another stadium. Spoiler alert, it paid off. It paid off like really good. I'm glad I did it. Anyways, you can see the season cost. So season cost is basically to play another season, to pay all your team's salaries, you need at least this amount to start for season 3. But all the players we got there were good to go for season 2 as soon as you buy them or lend them or mint them. So they're, we're good to go for 1 full season. And the revenue, this is the revenue of like legitimate bNeo that I have earned so far. This number's a bit off, a little bit of a bug in the app. It's just been created, so things are going to get ironed out. But I've actually made a lot more revenue than that. I think I'm almost at, I could be close to 2 bNeo now. Like I've few games into the season, 1 tournament, I've actually made quite a bit. It's pretty impressive actually. But that's only because my teams actually did good. Spoiler alert again, I'm sorry. Anyways, season ranking, a little bit of a bug here, but I can't see this. I'll show you that on another screen. And recent matches, also a little bit of a bug. It's not showing all my matches, but I'll be able to show you those on another screen. And of course, still up here, this is my amount of bNeo that I'm currently in. You can deposit or withdraw, whatever you want to do. I've already done a withdraw, worked great. Deposit worked great, so the system works well. So let's actually go over the lineup screen. Before we go into how the tournaments went, how the season's going, let's quickly show this lineup screen because as you remember, I listed some players to lend. Well, there was about 3 players that are actually lent out to teams. So another team is giving me some bNeo, again, real bNeo, to use my player for the season. So as you can see here, here's Philip Hunt, and 23 years old, and they are currently on loan to Failstreak FC. Same with Aaron Jones here to FC Zenit. So there you go. Those are 2 players where I got I loaned them out for. I got the loan money. You get the loan money right away as soon as they lend them, and then at the end of this season, season 2, we'll get the player back. So we earn a little money for lending our players out. We got about 3 of those, so that's pretty sweet, hey? Also, you might see this new red thing come up. All the red thing means is I haven't renewed my players' contracts for next season. So before the next season starts, I would need to renew my players' contracts. If I don't do it in time, they're gone. Poof. Magic. Well, not really magic. We just didn't sign the contract and they're gone. Pretty simple. But that's the lineup. I just wanted to showcase the lending there. Let's go to the tournament screen. So the tournament screen is where you see how the cups went. So the cups are like mini single elimination bracket tournaments, and the league is like the play every day for 38 days, I believe, is how long the season lasts, and that's how it goes. So there's different leagues. There's 3 leagues. I'm currently in the meme2earn.com League B. So I got put in one of the lower leagues because I just joined. So let's go to that league. So now you're going to see how well I'm doing. So there's my team. We are currently in 5th place of 20 teams. If you get top 2, you get promoted up to the top league or whatever league is above your current league, which in this case is the Flamingo League. And then the bottom 4 get relegated to whatever the lower league is. If there's no lower league at the time, then they just stay. But if there's a lower league, you get relegated. So there you go. We're in currently after 3 games. That's 4. After 3 pulls up in my neck. After 3 games, 3, we're in 5th place. We have 2 wins, 1 draw, and 0 losses. So we haven't lost yet to start the season. No, pretty good start for unlocking the Chains team. Gotta say, pretty happy about that. The prize pool is 210, so it gets split up depending on how well you do. Everybody that participates gets a piece of the prize pool. It's just depending on how well you finish, the amount you get will vary. So just keep that in mind. So we can go to matches. Here's round 3. We can actually see, you can see all the matches. So sure, we'll go to round 1. So this was a game where I actually tied. So we can jump in here. So as you can see, this is like the game. This is the game summary screen. So we can see I faced Ford here. Ford Brew, 1-1. And for my team, we had Sarah Reyes score in the 20th minute. Megan Davies score in the 47th minute. And Kathy got a yellow card in the 58th minute. So my team is here on the bottom. These stats are basically like randomly generated skills. The better your player is in their actual skill stats, the higher like the floor of your random stat is. So green is obviously really good if your player is a green. I think it's if your player is like 6.7 or higher, like a rating. I can't remember the exact number. They actually can gain stats from that game. If they're like a 2.4 or lower, like Stokes here was, they were a 1.1 in skill level for this game. They actually lose a stat. I think it's like 0.1 skill increase or decrease depending on how it went. So Reyes was our star. They had the green skill of 7.3. Of course, they were the one to get the goal. They coincide. Our manager's an angry boy, got a yellow card. He's like by far the most aggressive. I think his aggression is like 47, which is really high. And he's like by far the most aggressive on my team. So like he's always the one getting yellow cards. So that's how it is. But yeah, that's like the match summary screen. So you can see how your team did. Oh, one thing I didn't show. I got to show this. The match stats. I forgot to look at this. So there's the lineup screen, which is the one I've been showing you all on all these. If you actually go to the match stats screen, this actually shows you revenue. So every game you play, you get revenue. Even if you lose, you get revenue. But if you win, you get more revenue. If you're a home team, you get more revenue. So we are the home team in this scenario. We got 0.034 bNeo for winning this game 3-2. So the other team only got 0.08 because they didn't win. And they're a away team. As we mentioned, the weather is what tells. It's a random chance. Of course, I remember the stadiums are like, they can have a base weather, so your weather can't go below a certain point, depending on how good the stadium is. Well, today we got sun. That means we sold 12,000 tickets out of 14,000. A really good showing. A lot of fans showed up. Because of that, our match day income was 0.35. So from this one game where we won 3-2 on a sunny day, we got, quick maths, 69 nice bNeo. Actually, I guess it basically rounds up to 70, but I'm going to say 69. 69 bNeo from one game, and there's 38 of them. So, I mean, that's, of course, because we won and we were playing at home. But you can see, yeah, you can accumulate a lot of bNeo back if your team does really well. That's how it is. And this is, like, completely apart from, like, the end season prize. This is just, like, day-to-day what your team earns. It's pretty cool. So one more thing I want to show is the cup section. So that I just showed was the league section. This 38 days of games, those automatically happen every day. Nothing you have to do. Your team automatically is ready for it with whatever your set lineup is. But the cups are different. The cups, they're like miniature tournaments. You have an entry cost fee, like this Neo Cup here is a 2.5. And the prize pool at the end, like if we view the schedule, you can see the allocation. If you get first place, it's 13.5 bNeo and then 7.5 for an entry of like 2.5. So they're kind of like high risk, high reward sort of thing. If you win, you obviously win big, but if you lose, you just like lose bNeo for like no reason. I mean, you do get like potential stat increases from games played, but they're pretty high risk. So I've actually I've actually completed one of these. As you remember, we entered this right at the end of the last recording. So let me pull up preseason 4 here. So here's the prize allocations. And if you actually take a look, you can look by each round. Where are we? There we are. We had a 1-0 win in the first round. Moving on to the second, we had a 1-0 win in the second round. And moving on to the third, we had a 3-2 win, which means we actually made it to the Final Four in the semifinal. So because we made it to the semifinal, we won the prizes. We were already in the money at that point. So one thing you want to note here is it says, okay, it's 3-3, but Mr. Google FC won. Why did he win? Good question. I was sad too. But let me tell you why. Everyone who is the one on the left is the home team. Your home stadium during tournaments, it gives you a bonus. You get a bonus. Your team is higher skilled because you're playing at home. So if there's ever a tie, only in a cup. This is only for cups. If there's a tie, the away team wins. That's just what it is because the home team has a big advantage with being a higher luck. So that is why I lost being tied 3-2, or 3-3. But because I lost, I gained a prize. But before we get into that, I just want to note that in a season, if you tie, it's just a draw. That's it. This tying going to the away team is only because it's a cup. They have to have a winner. So if we actually look at that prize list again, I got third or fourth place. It was the same. So I earned 0.792 bNeo. But yeah, you can see if your team does good enough and you get lucky enough, there's a lot of luck in this, as you can see there's a lot of like randomly generated skills. Sometimes you just got to get lucky. While you can have a good team, you got to get lucky. I've been lucky lately, and my team is decent. I made a lot of my bNeo back that it took to build my team, which I think is kind of cool. That's basically it. But one other thing I wanted to note, the recruit. So these numbers here for how much they cost are based on a fixed US dollar value. So you'll actually see these fluctuate with the market. As you can see now, they're a lot. They cost a lot more bNeo than they did when I made the video a few days ago, because of course the market crashed. Fun, right? So just keep that in mind. But yeah, that's basically it. I don't want to drag this on too long. I know it's long as it is. So really fun app. I've had a lot of fun with it. I hope that's a good enough overview for you all to understand it. And if you're interested, go give it a try. Join the Discord. And you can look for an invite code on the Discord. Just talk to the people around there. They're always willing to chat and help. So yeah, the more we can get in this league, the better. And I just want to make a note. I don't think people should treat this as like a play to earn kind of game. It's obviously a high risk. There's a pretty decent buy-in. So obviously the stake is there and you can make money from this, and people do, and that's cool. But don't join just to make money. The aim for this group, from what I talked about with the creator, is they want people who are passionate about sports. Well, you don't even need to be passionate about sports. Who can have fun building a team and competing. That's what they want. They want competitiveness, and they want to have fun playing the game. That's who they want in there. And then the stake is just there to make it interesting. That's kind of why they have the higher stake. It's just to make it a bit more interesting. So there's something to play for. So just wanted to keep that in mind, put out that little disclaimer there. But yeah, that's basically it. I also wanted to mention that if you do join this Neo Soccer, make sure you join the Discord. There's a lot of banter. People are bantering back and forth. Because like while games are going on, you can watch it live. The games happen so early in the morning for me that I can't ever catch them live. But basically just like you can watch it live, and like the scores are updating live in Discord, and people are like chatting back and forth and taking shots. It's pretty fun. So if you do end up joining, make sure you join the Discord. And all updates get pushed through there, and live game scores. It's pretty cool. But yeah, that's where I'm going to leave this one here. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button below. And, if you want to see more, subscribe and hit the bell notification so you never miss a new video. New crypto videos coming out all the time. Neo or non-Neo based. Who knows what'll happen? Maybe me. But sometimes I don't even know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you check out the Neo Soccer game. I'll leave a link in the description below, or it's just neo.soccer. But yeah, that has been the overview of Neo Soccer. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care now. Bye.